Wong, and today we're in a very special car. This is an HSV GTS LS, and this is a VF variant. It's one of the last ever built HSVs, and I can't believe we're driving it here today. This car is truly the epitome of Australian muscle. At the heart of this car is an LSA 6.2 litre V8 supercharged engine, and to think that the LS needed more power, honestly, that's beyond me. But General Motors has decided to smack on a supercharger onto this LS unit, and it is absolutely crazy. Out of the factory, this HSV GTS makes 430 kilowatts of power and 720 newton meters of torque. But this car has been tastefully modified, and the owner Dino has taken that to the next level, and it makes 500 rear wheel kilowatts of power. The power delivery is so linear and it's extremely responsive. Everywhere throughout the rev band there is torque. You really just want to drive this car literally till its wheels fall off. It's immense. It is so good. Wow. So this engine sports a bigger supercharger pulley. It's got cams. It's got a high flow cat. It's got pacemaker extractors. And to make that much power at the rear wheels, honestly, that's crazy. It's been tuned by Adam over at MPW. The owner Dino and his good friend Matt pieced together this engine out of his own garage. And what an engine this thing is! It just rockets you and it doesn't want to stop pulling. It is so throaty, and the sound of this LSA is so awesome. This is really the hottest engine out right now, and everybody wants to put an LSA into their cars. If you think of an LS swap, gone are those days. It's an LSA swap that people are wanting in their cars. Driving this car, it doesn't feel like a 1.8 ton vehicle. It really feels lightweight and swift on its feet. Wow, and it revs out to 6,500 RPM. And when you find a corner, this car rides right through it. It's flat, it's composed, and it really takes it so well. And when you find a straight, it just goes! Wow! It's surprising. HSV has really done an excellent job at making this car feel really agile. The magnetic ride control system really assists you in putting down the power and to control this car through the corners. This car rides extremely low, and it's got a very low center of gravity, and it doesn't feel like this car is going to get away from you. There is so much traction when you're on it. Sometimes if you're a little bit heavy-footed, this car can step out and you can end up wrapped around a tree, but you have to respect the car and respect the power of this vehicle, because if you do, it really is so much fun, and when you're driving it spiritedly, it's so enjoyable. And on the flip side, this car makes a great daily driver. You can chuck it over in touring, which is the comfort setting of this VF GTS, and everything just gets dialed down and everything just gets comfortable and relaxed, and the car can be put over into automatic, the exhaust valves close, and you're just cruising. It's an awesome daily driver. It absorbs the bumps very well, and it's very docile. You have to remember, this car still has its standard muffler exhaust. It only has extractors and a high flow cat, and for it to sound this good, wow, it is so intoxicating. The owner has taken it a little bit further, and he's made custom valves that he can control at the flick of a switch, so he can have it fully on or fully off. You can really customize this car to exactly how you want to drive it. But right now, I just want it completely on, because that sound is so good. I can't get enough of it. The styling of this car is outlandish. It's right there and in your face. It's a very modern looking car, and being that it's a GTS, it looks extremely aggressive on the road. There's so much road presence when you're looking at it, and you'll know instantly that this is something different. This car rides on 20-inch forged alloy wheels, and behind those alloy wheels are 6-piston brake calipers at the front and the rear to help stop this thing on a dime. The interior of this HSV has received a lot of flack, being that it's so similar to the Commodore, but this particular GTS is different in that aspect. The owner Dino has taken it to B&B Custom, and he's done a full-fledged interior that throughout the entire cabin it looks extremely premium and exclusive. It's got blue diamond stitching throughout. At your fingertips is a perfectly wrapped Alcantara steering wheel, and it's got Alcantara inserts on the door cards, on the seats itself, and on the dashboard. You've got carbon fiber bits everywhere as well, and he's really up the ante on how an HSV interior should look. And I think the blue contrasting stitching really ties in together with this rare slipstream blue paintwork. It's an exclusive color, and I think it really complements well with what the VF GTS sets out to be. And I think HSV has really done this car justice. With the VF iteration, there's been so much tech put into this car, and it really makes it so much more livable and refined compared to its VE or predecessor counterparts. And if you are daily driving this vehicle, the infotainment system on this HSV, it's an EDI unit, which is what they've called it, is so advanced, and it's teched out with so much gear. You've got gauges, you've got navigation, Bluetooth, everything you will want in a daily driver. And when you're cruising, it's got notifications to tell you whether you're driving too fast, whether there's a railway coming up. It's got a head-up display which tells you your speedometer, your tachometer, and it's so clear. Even the dashboard cluster layout is exactly where you need it to be, and it tells you everything that you need to know when you're driving this vehicle. At the end of the day, this is a 4-door super sedan, and there's so much practicality behind it. You can literally do anything in this car. You can tow a huge trailer in the back of this thing. You can fit 6-foot tall passengers in all 5 seats. There's so much space in this car. You can throw so much stuff in the trunk as well if you need. And at the flip of a switch, you can turn this thing into a performance powerhouse sedan, and it just wants to go and go. This car was made on Australian soil, and it just is so well suited out on these roads. It's a dying breed that these HSVs are no longer being built. If you think of Australian muscle, it really doesn't get any better than this HSV VF GTS. Yes, we know there's a successor to this car, but at the time of release, this was the fastest production car that HSV had ever produced. This car is a collector's vehicle, and it is a future classic. To pick one up in the second-hand market, you're looking at spending around $70,000 to $90,000 for this Gen 2 variant. It's holding its price extremely well because they just don't make cars like this anymore. Holden has shut down its factory, and this car is one of the last ever made. This is build number 120 of the VF GTSs, and it's a very epic car. Dino, you've really built a special car. I can't thank you enough for letting me drive your pride and joy. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. In the comments below, tell me what you like about this VF GTS, and as well as that, please consider subscribing because it really helps out the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, bye for now.